Hey guys, how's it going? Miso here, back with another Exos Heroes video. As I mentioned yesterday, today I'm going to be talking about things that I think that Exos Heroes could improve on. Things that, for one reason or another, you may not want to play this game until later when they have these problems fixed. And, I have confidence that these problems will get fixed, or at least most of them will. And I know what y'all are thinking, oh, it's time to put up the pitchforks and just completely hate and downvote on everything that Miso's doing on this video because I love Exos Heroes and there's nothing wrong with it. Well, I definitely understand that nobody likes it when you badmouth something that you like, right? For example, let's say you have a dog, right? And somebody comes over and says, "God damn, dude, your dog is so ugly." You are going to be livid. Now, let's change it up. Let's change up how we say that. Instead of saying what I just said, you can go up to somebody and say, "Yo, what's up, dog? Dude, your dog is, like, totally ugly, dog." See how much better that sounded? You're, like, totally not angry that I just called your dog ugly, right? You just gotta be friendly about it, add a little humor, and there we go. Perfect. Problem solved. See, that's what we're gonna do in this video. We're gonna be using the same way of approaching the problem as that situation with Exos Heroes. So here we go. Top 5 reasons why I think you shouldn't be playing Exos Heroes, or at least not yet. First reason, I just think that overall, the game is pretty frustrating, especially with the dodge and block chances that are innate with every unit in the game. I mean, remember this guy? This son of a... I'm sure y'all have had this experience. You went in the stage perfectly fine. You planned out everything you need to do. You got your breaks in. You got to the right elements. You get to Baraka, and he just one shot nukes your unit out of thin air. Just disappears. And when you try to attack him, he just dodges everything. You throw your S3 in there. You throw your kitchen sink in there. You throw your anime body pill at him. Nothing hits. And this isn't only with Baraka. It's with every other unit in the game. They have some sort of innate dodge and block chance that you just can't really get around. Now, later in the game, you have equipment that gives you hit chance and makes you hit the enemies a little bit more often, but there still is that dodge chance that you can't get around, and that's frustrating. We as humans like things that are consistent. We like it when we can predict what happens. For example, I like that I know that when I get a good night's sleep, I'm going to wake up feeling refreshed. I like that I know whenever Twice comes out with a new song, it's going to be a banger. I like that I know whenever I wake up in the morning, there's going to be like 10,000 emails for me to read. Right? I like that I know that every day at 5 o'clock in the morning, my dad's going to get up and use the restroom to take a dump and flush the toilet and wake me up. Right? Yeah, I like that because I know that his bowels are doing well, his body is healthy, his digestive system is working, and he's healthy. See, these are all consistent things that you know are going to happen, and it makes you happy that you can predict it. The dodge chance, the block chance for every single unit is not something that's fun. You spend so many turns charge up your mana to use that third skill. You're hoping to kill a monster, but unfortunately it just completely misses and whiffs because of some random chance that's in the game. Now, I understand that there is fun in randomness. There is fun in something that's unpredictable when you get that big payout. I know that. That's how casinos work, right? But unfortunately, most of the times these random situations, they're just small little payouts, right? There's small little things that happen all the time. It's not like going to be something that it only happens rarely and it's like a big payout when it does. That's why it's not satisfying to have in a game. Like in Epic 7, there are units that have dodge chance. There are items that give you dodge chance, the artifacts. But you know when those enemies are probably going to have it, or if they have it built into their kit, you know to expect that, and you can bring things in to mitigate those. Or you walk into that situation knowing that that's going to happen, and it's not for every single unit. You see, randomness is nice, but only to a certain point. You shouldn't have it in everything that you do. And on that same note of talking about Mr. 44 himself, when you walk into him and you just get one shot out of nowhere, that's not fun. I understand that there needs to be difficulty within the game, but the AI in this game is just so random that it just means that a lot of times, instead of thinking about, okay, I need to progress further in the game, I need to make my unit stronger, I think about, okay, I'm just going to restart this game, and hopefully if I restart this level, I'll come back and he won't one-shot that specific unit that is squishy. Maybe he'll hit one that's not as squishy and won't get one shot, or he won't hit one of the units that are a core part of my team to beating the stage. This piece about getting one shot comes in such an early part of the game that a lot of times players are just going to get discouraged from playing the game because they're bumping their head into it so many times. If you're going to do something that's that difficult, you should put it a little bit later into the game. That way the player is more knowledgeable about how the game works, what they can do to get around it, and also they're more invested so they won't quit as easily. If you put it in this early in the game, they're not going to know what to do, as the next step to make it past that hump. They're just going to keep trying, keep repeating, especially because of the RNG aspect of the AI in this game. And they're just going to fail again, and they'll eventually quit. Either get rid of these one-shot mechanics so early on, or even better, improve the AI to where it's more predictable, because the game right now as it is, the AI, it's completely random pretty much. I've played this game for so long and I really haven't figured out how the AI works, whether or not there's certain things that the AI does. To the point, I don't even know if there is an AI. It might just be completely random. Like for example, in Epic 7, you have elements that matter, right? You have green units that are always going to attack the blue units. You have red units that are always going to attack the green units. The usual like triangle, right? That exists because it makes sense. And the AI works with that. But in this game, because there is no elemental advantage or disadvantage, the AI doesn't do that. And even when there are like guardian stones that your unit can break, a lot of times the AI doesn't do that. It doesn't prioritize breaking. It just hits something randomly. And outside of the gameplay, the combat mechanics, I think that the UI itself is pretty dang bad. You have to go to the airship for a lot of things, right? And that's totally fine. But the animations aren't the shortest. And on an emulator, which is what I play on, and a lot of people do play on emulators, it takes a long time. It takes a while to load all those things. Now, combine that with whenever you want to edit your team, you can't really check the details on your team, like, for example, Guardian Stones. That's a lot of back and forth, right? All right, this chick right here, she's Ice Element. Okay, we need purple and green. Oh, I don't have any purple and green. Okay, let's go to my team, make sure I put in the right units. All right, purple, let's look for purple. Oh, Adam's purple, perfect. Green, okay, we have green on our team right now. Okay, perfect. Wait, she's Ice Element. Do I have any Ice Element Guardian Stones here? Wait, wait, oh, I gotta go back. Oh, curses. All right, okay, Ice Element. Okay, okay, good. Not ice. All right, perfect. Green. Okay, not ice. Wait, atoms. And okay. Burnavis. Wait, why does it take so? Oh my God, it takes so many clicks to. Oh, Ice Element. Oh God dang. Good thing I checked right here. I can't have that. Okay, gotta go back into teams and find another Dark Element unit. All right. Perfect. Liffy. Perfect. Dark Element. Okay. Wait. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Okay. Good. She's not Ice Element. Finally, I can go into this mission. All right. Perfect. Let's transcend this unit right here. Okay. Transcend. Okay. Wait. Why do I have to? Why can't I click both these at a time? Why can't I just do it all at once? See, there's just so many little tiny things about this UI that are just inefficient, that just make me really frustrated. Next, let's talk about Guardian Stones. I mentioned in my previous video that I love the Guardian Stone system, and it's really like a puzzle, right? You look at the Guardian Stones of your enemies, you set up your units, your team to combat that comp, and it's a lot of fun doing that. Now, the problem with the Guardian Stone system is that in endgame, or not even completely endgame, in like probably like later stages of the PvP, when you start getting faded equipment, the Guardian Stone system just kind of goes out the window. All right, this is a perfect place to take a look at the daily tournament, right? You can see what endgame PvP looks like. Take a look at all these damn Guardian Stones. They're everywhere. This Xeon right here, he has 6 Guardian Stones. They're green, 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 red, green, red. All right, let's look at the other team. There's 2 reds, perfect. Let's take out those 2. Green? There's no greens. All right, let's probably just 1 unit, right? Let's take a look at one with like less. Let's take a look at Rudley over here, right? All right, steel, green, red. Steel units? No steel units. Green units? No green units. You see, at the endgame PvP, Guardian Stones don't matter. You build this as one of your core gameplay mechanics, right? This system of breaking, taking advantage of broken units, being able to do so much more damage to them, and having them not be able to do anything to you. Now, that's, like I said, a core part of the game. And you just throw that out completely near the end. And that just doesn't make sense. For me, one of the reasons why, like I said before, this game is interesting because of the system. And you just completely throw that system out of the window. And that's just completely boring. It's like if I had a grilled cheese sandwich, right? And you love grilled cheese sandwich. Why? Because you love cheese. And you love the taste of grilled cheese, right? Now, that sandwich, that grilled cheese sandwich is Exos Heroes. You love that grilled cheese. You fall in love with it. 10 years later, what's going to happen? Your mom's like, you know what? We're not making you grilled cheese anymore. We're taking out the cheese, leaving you with the bread. Soggy, moldy bread. And then what happens? You become depressed. You quit school. You drop out. You run away from home. You start doing drugs. You become homeless. Your life falls into shambles. That's what Exos Heroes did to us with endgame PvP. And on the same topic of PvP, guilds, air battle squadron or whatever, air squadron battles, that is just completely random. Unfortunately, you can't really pick who you want to go against. Like, for example, in Epic 7, there's different towers that you can pick, and you can take a look at their teams beforehand before deciding you want to go in and attack. Unfortunately, that's not the case. So you can't really pick and choose teams that are around your same skill level, power level, whatever you want to call it. So let's hop into this one and hope I get paired against a good squad, I guess, that I can beat. All right, so it looks like in this one, I got paired against a squad that is around the same power level, depending on their gear, and it seems like I could beat them. But last Guild War, when I went in, I just went against a full team of Fake Core 5 stars. It was Fake Core Bathory, Fake Core Xeon, Fake Core Anastasia, Fake Core, I think Baelish, and one of the Mouses. So there was pretty much nothing my team could do. And the other thing that I think is kind of dumb and should be changed is the fact that you have to use the same defense team to use an offense. So you can't switch teams, right? You can't be like, okay, I think that this team is going to do well in offense, but this team is going to do well in defense. You can't really do that, unfortunately. And it seems like in the PvP meta in general, it doesn't work that way anyway, so it's fine. You just use the same defense and offense teams regardless. But it would be nice if you could have a meta where certain units are better on offense and defense, and you switch those up depending on what you're doing. Now, the third reason can definitely be a little nitpicky, but I think that it does say something about the game and kind of like what the thought they put into the game, right? So this part is a very small part. It's the Dragon Holy Grounds. And that piece really does frustrate me, not because I think that the Dragon Holy Grounds is a bad feature. I love the feature. I love that you have these bosses that you can beat to get these currencies to get the weapons, because that's good. Being able to get free weapons, free gear, whatever, that's good. But my issue with it is, yet again, it's very nitpicky, but you have all these other areas in the game where you have quick battle, right? You let us do this content because you know that it takes time to do, and a lot of times our units are probably over geared for that content, right? Our units are way too high level, way too well geared for that content to even matter or be a challenge. And they let us skip that because it's predictable that we're just going to win it no matter what, right? Now, with the Dragon Holy Grounds, it's a full auto mode that you can't change the outcome to, right? Whatever happens, happens. It's the AI. But for some reason, they make you watch that entire thing while, it's going on. And what are you going to do? You're just going to watch it, or you're going to alt tab, change windows, whatever, and not even pay attention to it because you can't do anything about it. Why not just put in a quick battle for that one? That's the one that makes the most sense for quick battle because you legit can't even do anything to affect the outcome. When I do my Holy Dragon Grounds, I'm just like, all right, it's time to open up that incognito and look up. Oh yeah. Oh. Hopefully nobody ever finds out I'm watching these types of videos. Now the fourth reason shouldn't be that big of a deal, but it really bothers me for some reason. And that is quest requirements requiring new units. Throughout the story mode, they'll give you new units to use, right? But wherever you are in the story mode, whether you're at the beginning of the story mode or near the end, the units that they give you are unleveled. And that is not a big deal, but the problem is that they make you use those units as a part of the mission requirement. And I think that's completely dumb. When you're at the end game and you have your units at level 75 plus, right? You're not going to want to level up a unit that you're just going to use for that story mission or the next 2 story missions and never use again. That's a waste of resources and time, right? And if you choose to keep that unit, unleveled, then what's going to happen is you're going to be down a unit. You're going to be 4 units instead of 5 units. And a lot of times the story missions are hard, which is, sometimes it's a good thing, right? It's a good to have a challenge. But when it's that hard and you're barely clearing it with 5 units, doing it with 4 is difficult and frustrating. So I really don't understand why they make you do that. It's kind of a way, makes me feel like they're money grubbing. Which leads me to this final reason why I think you should either not play Exos Heroes or wait until things get better. And that reason is because it's extremely pay to win. And it's not just one aspect of the game that I think is pay to win. It's multiple aspects that add together to make it pay to win. Now, one of those is going to be the pull rates. I think that while it's not the lowest rates I've ever seen, it definitely is pretty low. And it's pretty hard to get the banner units just by using your free Zez, unless you get lucky, of course. For me, I've been using my free Zez, and I have never gotten a single banner unit. And we are lucky that there is a pity system, unlike in games like Fate Grand Order, but you only get a week for every one of them. And depending on the banner unit, you can get up to 28 pools before you're able to pity. And that's just a lot of pools. Especially at the beginning of the game, when they released Fate Core Xeon and Fate Core Anastasia, which are 2 of the staple units in every endgame PvP team, I think that was a really big money grubbing move because those are basically the best units in the game, right? And you introduce those units at the beginning of the game where you don't have Zez saved up. And you might say that you get a lot of Zez per day, but that's still not enough to pity that unit. Now let's say you got far enough in the story where you have a ton of Zest because the story mode does give you Zest. Well, they add in Fate Core Anastasia the next week, so you definitely don't have enough Zest to pity for that. Now you have 2 extremely powerful units that everybody wants to get their hands on, and the only way to get them, you gotta pay. Gotta shell out the big bucks, unless you get extremely lucky, which in my case, I might just be salty, but I didn't get either of them. And not only are the rates pretty low and you have a small window for the pity, I think that it's extremely pay to win to make it so that you can upgrade your Fate Core units infinitely. Basically, Fate Core units are the endgame units, right? They're the best units in the game. You can enhance them 30 times with Mu, which is fine, but the rates of enhancement get lower and lower until 10% at plus 10, and you get to plus 30 it. So you're basically going from plus 10 to plus 30 with 10%, right? That basically means that on average with 10%, it'll take you 200 Mu to get from plus 10 to plus 30. And that's on average. If you get lucky, that's even more. That's so much money that you have to put into the game to max out that unit, right? You're going to say you don't have to max it out, right? Well, the pay to win players are going to max it out and they're going to be at end game and you're not going to be able to catch up to them because you're free to play. Oh God, this almost reminds me of... And also, on top of that, fusions are infinite. So if you get the Fate Core unit multiple times, right, you can fuse them together, the Fate Core skin, and that'll increase their stats at a random rate. And that one is infinite. And you could just keep doing it, get stronger and stronger and stronger. And that means that the pay-to-win players are just always going to be ahead of the free-to-play players, which is, fine. That's the way it's meant to be. But it makes it so that the gap can be infinitely large, whereas the free-to-play players will never catch up. And with Fate Core sharing, great, you can share stats. But what do you have to do? You have to pay Zest to do that. That's just dumb. Why don't make that gold? Make it so that's gold so everybody can have access to it. And the last thing that really puts the nail in the coffin for me was the event, the Reverse World. I thought the event was great. It gave a lot of different materials and upgrades that you needed, for free, which was awesome. But the problem is, and this is really small, especially, if you're thinking about the amount of Zest they give you for free per day, right? But making you pay Zez to upgrade the shop, to get to the next tier, to get your next item, that's a low blow, man. It's just 50 Zez, but you could have easily made that gold. Why make it Zez? It's the paid currency. Why do you have to force me to pay the paid currency to participate in your event? I think that's just totally dumb. It's almost like you're trying to join the Church of Scientology, where they're like, here, come pay us more money so you can get the higher tiers and reach enlightenment, where you learn about everything. That's basically what this game is like. They give you these tiers and they're like, pay us money so you can get to the top and get all these rewards. On the most basic level, I think it's just a bad look. You're making it look like you are money grubbing from us by making us pay this paid currency to participate in an event that you meant for us to have fun in. And you're not able to enjoy the full event unless you're able to pay the pay currency. I just think that's not cool and makes you seem like you're a huge money grubber. So those are the reasons why I think that you either may not want to play this game or just wait and see if it gets better, because we all have limited amounts of time on our hand, right? And you want to play the game that suits your play style the most. Now, if you're willing to throw money into this game and just go at it, then this is probably the game for you. It's a lot of fun outside of that. And if you're looking to look for a free-to-play game, I'm not sure if this is exactly for you unless you're willing to be behind other players who are just playing a bunch more than you are. No matter how much time you spend in this game, at least in the state that it is, you're never going to catch up to the front of the pack. And that's just the truth. Yet again, I'm by no means saying that this is a bad game and you shouldn't play it, but here are just some things that you should consider before you step foot into this game and try to get into this game seriously. I think that overall the game is really good. I think that it's a lot of fun. And I think that for the right person, this could be a great game. But unfortunately, that's not for everybody. And there are things that they could improve on to make this game a much more enjoyable experience. And maybe at some point, and I'm hoping at some point, I'm sure at some point, they will make these things better, and then everybody can enjoy this game to its fullest potential. All right, guys. This was a little bit of a different format than I usually do my videos in, because I know that some people are going to hate that I'm trashing their favorite game. And, I'm here to give you the honest truth, right? Like I said, I'm not saying that the game's bad. I like the game. I enjoy playing it. But there are flaws that need to be addressed. And hopefully they do address these. But until next time, guys, as always, if you like this video, leave a like. If you dislike this video, leave a thumbs down and tell me why. And as always, if you really enjoy my content and want to see more of it, please consider hitting that subscribe button. This video took a long time to make, so I really hope that you guys enjoyed it. But until next time, I'll see y'all later. Peace.